Here's a quick look at some of the features of Gmail. I'm in my new Berea account, and if you look at the top left, you see Compose. There's a little plus sign, so I'm going to click there first. Now notice this is a small screen here. If I go down to the bottom right where there are the more options, 3 dots, and I click on that, I can default to full screen, so I usually prefer that. Close it. Now you'll see whenever I open it, it's full screen like that. So I can go ahead and compose my message. You're probably very familiar with this type of view, and you can see at the bottom you can add from your drive, you can add pictures, emojis, attachments. So we're going to get out of our sending an actual email, and we're going to look at one that came through. So if I click on an email that came through, if I hover, I can see some options where I can add, hover there, I can add add to contacts, I can start a video call or a chat right in that email. And then if I click on it to open, so it doesn't recognize this address, I'm going to say it looks safe. If I didn't think it looked safe, I would report it up here as spam. And now that I'm in the email, you see I get more options across the top. So I have some things that I can do with this, like archive, report, delete. Usually I look over here and I'm going to create a label for it. So I have some that are already created there, but I would just say, I'm just going to say school, and you see how it says create new. So I'll just click on that. You can also nest under there. Go ahead and hit create. It's now labeled it right here. And then you can see across here on the left, this has popped up. There's also 3 dots here with some options. So if you so choose, you can change colors of your labels so they're easier to find. Then if I want to remove this label for some reason, I could just click out. There is also a move to, so once I've labeled this and I'm done reading it, I could go ahead and just hit move to, and then I can find where I want to put that. So if I do school, it disappears, and it is in the school folder. Another thing that I can do with my email, I'm going to click back in there. There's our 3 dots right here. So I can change, I could mark as unread. Most frequently, I add to tasks. And I will do another video on how to filter and how to create some events. But for now, I'm just going to click Add to Tasks. And you'll see over on the side, on the far left, we have our tasks. I haven't used it in here yet. And once you add an email to tasks, it goes over in this section. And so this is where I usually put things that I have to deal with later. Maybe I'm going to a conference and I want the address and all the information, and I have to do something with that. So I'll add it to my tasks, and then I can just easily access it. And I can close that out, and then you see along the side, tasks is right here. So anytime I want to open it, I just click. Or I can also go into Google Keep, which is like our post-it notes, and also a little quick version of our calendar. One of the first things that people usually do in their Gmail account is go up into settings, and you can see I can configure my inbox. Now this is a personal preference. I usually will click social, promotions, and forums, and save, and then you'll see across the top here I have these categories. So if I'm in any forums or listserv, those emails go here. Promotional emails will go here. Anything from social media will go here. And then my primary will be incoming emails. So I do like to keep those separated. I'm going to go back up into my settings, and I'm going to click in settings. And once you're in settings, most of this is already sort of a default with which people, what they usually like or prefer. For reply, default reply behavior, you might want to change, make it reply. And then there's some other things that you can look at. Conversation view is how emails are grouped, so people usually have preferences on that. You can change your text style. You can add some different stars or items here and how you label. And then down here under signature, you might want to add a signature. It's usually good practice to add your name, a way to contact you, and your building. And then you do have to scroll all the way down and make sure you hit Save Changes for whatever changes you've made. And you can go ahead and back up to the settings icon and hit Themes. So if you want to personalize, there's also My Photos you can go into, but you can change those if you would like. So you can see the background, so that might be a little too busy, but It's up to you what you want to change that to. So just a quick first look at some of the features in Gmail.